This video is to demonstrate how to work a deposit that has been uploaded into Share. If you have the navigation saved to your home page, you can click directly on regular deposit. If you do not, then you can use your nav bar, accounts receivable, payments, online payments, regular deposit. Your business unit should default. Click search. If you have multiple bank accounts assigned to your business unit, be sure to click the right business unit and the right deposit ID. Okay, find the one that you want to work and click on the deposit ID number. This is what has been uploaded into Share from the file that has been received from Wells Fargo earlier that day. The control total amount is the total number of total dollar amount of what was deposited to your bank account that day. And the account was one. So in this particular case, there was one deposit in the amount of $13,718.77. The only exceptions to this is that if the bank transaction has a return item that has a BAI code or statement code of 469, you will have to manually enter that in. It will not automatically be uploaded. Or if there were two transactions that had the exact same amount, date, and reconciliation reference ID, aka the payment ID, the system will believe that is a duplicate and you have to manually enter those in also. Please see how to work a return item tutorial to enter those in. So on this page, the only thing that we will change on this page is your username. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the payments. In this particular case, since there's only one count, you'll only have one payment ID. If you have multiple counts on the top page, then you would need to either use the next arrow to go to the next payment ID or click view all and make sure you decision each one of them. In this example, we will be entering in the accounting stream manually. So we are going to be clicking the journal directly box. If you were to be using a worksheet, you would uncheck this and leave it unchecked and go into a different area of the accounts receivable module. Okay. Once you have done that to all of your payment IDs, you want to click save. This payment ID right here is uploaded from Wells Fargo. It is the way that we tie back to the bank. And this is part of the automatic reconciliation that is done on a daily basis that the system does. It should never be changed. It needs to remain the same as what it has been uploaded. Do not change this. Do not change the amount or the date either, because that is also part of the reconciliation process that the system does every morning. If you change any one of these values, then it will break the link. The system will not automatically reconcile the deposit, and the state treasurer's office will have to go in and manually reconcile it. Once you've saved it, never hurts to save it multiple times. You're going to go over here to nav bar, click menu, then go to payments, direct journal payments, direct journal accounting entries, and it'll take you to create accounting entries. Since we went directly to create accounting entries from the regular entry screen, the deposit ID that you were working on is automatically copied over. And since we only had one payment ID and we clicked search, it's going to take us directly into there. So you can think of this as what's going to be the money that's going to be posted to your 1018. So since this is a positive, this would be a share debit. So we're going to be entering in the credit side. So it's going to be negative 13,718.77. You're going to want to pick your fund that you're working on. If you know part of it, you can type it in, or if you don't, what you could do is hit the magnifying glass, and then it'll bring up the list of funds that are available with those first numbers. Okay. If you're going to be posting things to a revenue account, which in this case we are, the minimum that you have to have is your fund. You're going to need your department code. So you can scroll down to so you need your fund, your department code, obviously your revenue code. And since we're using a revenue code, we're going to scroll over to the BUDREF and class. Any of these things can have a magnifying glass. Okay. Your agency may use additional fields like sub-account, reporting category, project, subcategory. Those are unique to agencies, and not every agency uses every single field. So please speak to your fiscal officer or chief finance officer to determine what your agency does. For our agency, and we only use, where it comes to revenue accounts, a fund, a department code, the BUDREF, and class. Those are a mandatory requirement, the minimum mandatory requirement that is required for all state agencies. Okay, now that we have everything entered, we're going to click Save. Then we're going to click the lightning bolt. Okay, since we only used one fund, the system inferred 3 lines. That's the minimum of lines that it will infer. So what happens is we entered in the credit to the revenue. Then the system went in and because the bank accounts are set up with templates, and since this bank account is set up, it has the true cash account of 120053. And the true cash accounts are always on business unit 39401, which is the state treasurer's book of record. And the state treasurer is responsible for all state general fund investment pool transactions. So we entered in the revenue side. The system automatically inferred the assigned based on a template, the true cash accounts. And because it is a transaction between your business unit, in this case 34100, and business unit 39401, it inferred the claims on cash accounts. So it put the 1018 on the agency's books, general ledger, to the fund that we told it. And then on 39401, it put a negative 13,718 to affiliate 341, fund affiliate 0880. This is done is because it's by statute. We have to track what is in on Stowe's book of record by fund, by agency, and by fund. And in order to do that, we need to track all transactions between the agencies. The true cash accounts are held in the master depository account. So we need to be able to have a way to eliminate the claims on cash between the agencies and Stowe's book of records, so they net to zero at the end of the day when we're looking at the state of New Mexico's records and cash balance at the highest level, which is in the master depository account. So we're gonna save. So at this point right here, the first person who is entering in the deposit is finished. Ideally, and what we strongly recommend is that there would be a second person that would come in and they would do the next two steps. I'm doing this tutorial, so I'm in the test environment, so I'm going to be doing it all. So the second person would come in, they would review the accounting entries that were entered in to make sure that the fund, the department code, the revenue code, and all the other accounts that are here are accurate. And if it's accurate, then what they would do is they would click the complete box and they would hit save. Now you can see the budget check icon right here. Once up to this point, everything that you've done can be corrected. So if you wanted to go back and correct it, you could go into uncheck the complete box, click save. Notice how the magnifying glass went away and now you've got your lightning bolt. Well, if you wanted to change this because you noticed that this is the wrong department code, you can come over here and it's delete. It's a little ledger with a red X. You click it, it takes the cash lines off. So you can delete that. And now you can come over here and then pick a different department code. Click save. Obviously, this would go back to the first person who's doing the accounting. Hit the little lightning bolt to put the cash lines back on. Then you would contact the person who does the review, and then they would log back in and look at it and say, yep, now the department code is correct. So I can click the complete box, click save. And now I have my icon back. And the green box where it says saving is gone. So I'm going to click this budget check icon. Okay. Now we can see that we have an error. What is that error? Well, it looks like there is no budget in that particular department code. So we're going to click OK. And we can't override it. So we're going to uncheck this and hit save. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing that we've done before. We're going to go back, we're going to delete the lines. And realize we used the wrong one. Do everything again. Put the cash lines back on. Save it. Tell the reviewer that it's ready again. They'll come in and they'll complete it. And then they're going to come back and do the budget check. The budget status is valid now, so we're good. You'll see here. Everything's there. Okay, so if you wanted to, you can do a print screen of this to show where you've posted things. What will happen is tonight, right now it's sitting on the table, ready for journal generator to be picked up. So tonight, when journal generator runs, it will go through and it will do a second edit to make sure everything is valid. And once it is, it will create a journal entry and it'll post that journal entry. Since this is a direct journal, it will post to your general ledger with a journal entry that starts with the DJ. And we're done. Okay.